Before we get into the video, I just wanted to remind you guys there's currently a WrestleMania 38 giveaway going on right now. If you want a chance to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Commemorative Title, be sure to go down to the announcement video and comment down WrestleMania 38, and you will automatically be entered to win this replica title right here. Anyways, on to the video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Marty's Toybox. For today's video, we're going to be going over, in my opinion, replica belts we need to see in 2022. There's a couple different promotions on this list. There's one that I mainly think we will never get, but I really hope that we will, and that some company will decide that they should do it. So first up on the list, you see the World Heavyweight title. You're like, why is this on the list? Well, this is the Jaymar 3D Big Gold. So, if you don't know what the difference is, essentially a lot more detail. The stuff on the main plate really pops more. And also, this one is not paper 2mm thin like the shop one that there is. And you can just see, I have this put up right here. This is the shop one. It's 2mm. It's paper thin. It all just looks like it all blends together, and nothing really pops out at you or anything like that. Compared to this one right here, you see the different coloring essentially. You see some silver and then gold on top of it, so this stuff pops out. And just the amount of attention to detail and more detail that is added into this title is absolutely just insane to me. And if we get a replica out of this, everyone will be happy. You know, there is Fondue, and there's other companies. You can go with the Crumrine Big Gold, but they sort of cost a little bit more, and they aren't that bad as an alternative. But like just a WWE shop manufactured world title, like I just want it so bad, and especially if it's the Jaymar version, as they have the rights to be able to make the replica out of that. I'm 90% sure. But yeah, the 3D Big Gold Jaymar title is the first one on the list. And then next up, we have the old school Cruiserweight title. I remember one person holding this. It was Rey Mysterio. I honestly forget the rest of the people who held it. But we have the Cruiserweight title now. We had, well, actually, we don't anymore. It got retired. We had the purple strap with the silver main plate. And then there was one little change. I forget exactly what it was. I think it was just the logo on the title. And then we had the sort of black strap with silver main plate and purple gems on it. But just the old school title that you see right here. It's one that I've wanted for a long time, and just something about it. It's simple, but it's unique, and it looks really nice, and it's just a beautiful overall. You got the WWE logos on it. You got Cruiserweight Champion. You got the nameplate. So simple, but so nice. That's what I loved about titles back then. You would have so simple, but so nice titles. Compared to now, you have just their logo on it. I mean, smart marketing idea, but I don't know. Just the old school Cruiserweight title is one that I desperately want to see in 2022. And then next up, we have the TNT Championship. So, little backstory. The AEW World title went on sale, I want to say maybe summertime of 2021. It just started shipping out Q1 of 2022. And Belfan Dan helped create the AEW World title. And he basically said on Twitter that if there's enough pre-sale and enough demand for the AEW World title, that will push them into making the rest of the titles as well. So the Women's title, the TBS, the World Tag, and then also the TNT Championship. We've had multiple versions of the TNT title. We had the unfinished version, then the finished, and that one was retired because Brody Lee passed away, RIP. And then they introduced this one right here, the black strap with the silver and gold main plate on it. And then after that, it was Miro who held it, and he had the white strap with the green on it. And then they changed it once again to the TNT title that has all the gems behind the TNT logo right here. So there's lots of different options they can go with. I mean, honestly, I'll just go with this one or add the gems onto it. That would be very annoying though, because the gems would easily fall off. There's well over 1,000 gems on the actual version that is being used that you see on TV. But this one would be simpler for them, and it just is beautiful overall. The TNT Championship, the black strap, the red banner pops on it, the gold plating. Just everything about this is amazing to me. And then next up, we have the Impact World title. There's actually a couple of Impact titles on here, because as far as I can remember, there's never been any official Impact replicas released, no matter what the time period was. You know, there's classic Shields who makes it, and top rope belts, and stuff like that. But I want officially licensed, factory, mass-produced replica belts made that can go for pre-order, that you can order, and they will be shipped right to your doorstep for around the $400 price range. Unless they go full New Japan on them, and the belts are like $2,000. In that case, I would honestly pay for it, because the 3 belts on it that are on here from Impact / TNA are just amazing. But the Impact World title, there was a blue version of this before, but then they switched it to the red. I love how they have the Impact Wrestling, of course, right here in the center of the main plate. And then it's sort of like it's, I don't know how you can describe, like falling almost. You see the lines, and it sort of just makes the Impact Wrestling pop so much more. And then the designs they have up and above it, and then the World Champion design under it as well. Just everything about this is beautiful to me. This is the one they are currently using, if I'm not mistaken. I know they had the TNA title there for a little bit. Anyways, next up is a TNA World Tag Team Titles. I think this one is a not officially TNA picture. It was impossible to find like a really good one to show you guys in this video. But the World Tag Team Titles, once again, so simple, but it looks so nice. You have the TNA in the middle with the sort of X going across it, World Tag Team Wrestling Champions. There's not that much detail in the main plate. Of course, you got the globe above it going through the TNA logo. And I don't know if I don't know if it's just me that wants this, or if it's just me that likes these more simpler designs for the titles, and not these crazy designs that you see in some. I mean, yes, the crazy designs are nice, but just simple and nice is what you really need to go for, and it just looks well like that compared to the 24/7 title. We're not even going to talk about that one. But the TNA World Tag Team Titles, I remember the Hardy Boys held these, and a couple other teams that I can't think of from the top of my head. And then, next up on the list is this beautiful belt right here. It was rumored a while ago that this belt was going to be released as a replica on shop that I was into production, the WWF Big Green. Now, WWE could get away with this. So, if you guys remember, Figures Inc. released replicas back in the early 2000s with the WWF logo on them and stuff like that. But then, like, when Shop came around and they started, like, doing those factory producers and stuff by WWE Shop, they refused to put the WWF logo anywhere on it. And this is the WWF Big Green that Hogan held. But on the main plate, it just says World Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. There's no WWF anywhere on it. And this one, if this was in a replica, oh my god. It looks good. It doesn't look the best, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look the best. But having this as a replica, with what they could do with this, is just amazing. It's like right here on these side plates, you have Bob Backlund, Bruno Sammartino, Superstar Billy Graham. I can't read that name right here. The dates they won it: February 20th, 1978, April 30th, 1977. And on this side, you got Buddy Rogers, Bruno Sammartino. And I can't read those other two names as well. That's one thing WWE has never done. They have never done a sort of nameplate stacked or side plate stacked like this in a long time, ever since the WWF days. I cannot remember a title that's had side plates like these, or like 4 different titles, or just the names. So you have the IWGP version 4 that has every superstar's wanted on the side plates. And this one, since it didn't have that many holders, it's more simpler. And then the main plate, of course, you see the red and green gems, the world behind it, and then the torches. It doesn't look the best, but if you just had this as a replica, oh my god, it would be, I would love to have it. Next up, this one right here is maybe my number 1. It's not number 1 on the list. I didn't really rank the list in a specific order, but this right here, this is when Impact Wrestling merged the Grand and the World Championships. If I remember correctly, Damien Sandow, I forget what his indie name was, he held this title. And this one is one of the more semi-complicated belts that just look astonishing on them. So they merged the titles. This was when I was back watching Impact every week. So for this, these side plates, first of all, you've got like an arrow right here pointing, and then they sort of arrowed side plate. And it looks like they are, hinged onto each other. It's not actually hinged, but how they did it, it makes it look like they're hinged onto each other. Then you have Impact in the middle, and then you have a few hexagons, octagons, whatever they are, going around, multiple of them. You have the main one, then a tiny green outline, then a gold one, and then blue, and then gold. You guys get the gist of it, with the gems all around it. World Champion and a black and silver border on the top and bottom. And then you have the arrows on the main plates as well. I don't know who they need to contact. I don't know who would like to help them with it. But Impact Wrestling / TNA replica belts, I would die for those. I mean, Impact Wrestling, WWE, maybe Forbidden Door, maybe they sort of start sharing stuff, and Impact Wrestling can go on Peacock or something like that. And then WWE helps out Impact with racing replica belts for them. That's the only way I could see it happening. I can't think of any other third-party people that they can go through. I know New Japan goes through Good Smile Shop. AEW did their own on shop, AEW.com. And of course you have WWE Shop for theirs. But Impact, they haven't really had any. Of course you have ROH, who went through, I cannot remember who they went through. But they can go the ROH route, and go through there. And that would work out if they did it. And I know ROH has some replicas up there as well. Still, I can't remember the website name. But Impact could go that route as well. Just whatever they need to do to get Impact / TNA replica titles, count me in. I will help them out in any way possible if I get to own a replica of this. And then next up is one that many of you might not know of. This is the Gift of the Gods AAA, I think it is, Championship, or it's Lucha Underground, one of the two. And this one is, well, it's a monstrosity, first of all. This thing is, if you go on Google and search Gift of the Gods title, you might be able to find a picture of this title in Lucha Underground. And it was literally the size, basically the size of the wrestler. Of course, you make the replica when you downsize it a little bit. You gotta do what you gotta do. I can't find the exact size of it, but this thing is just massive. And the little circles right here all come out of the belt. You can put them back in. Now, this is the one I can't find out if anyone will produce Lucha Underground replica titles. But if they do, this one, oh my god. I can't even imagine the money that Classic Shields would charge to make this, because this thing's just a monstrosity. It would be the biggest belt anyone owns in their collection that's a replica. And then you see all the just the details on them overall is just really good. And it all pops so well. I love how these shapes the plating is shaped. There's no side plates. It's basically all the same thing, but they all are different sizes. And it all just goes so well together. And then last but not least, the IWGP version 5. I hated this at first, but oh my god, it's grown on me. Good Smile Shop, they've released the IWGP IC, the IWGP version 4, the IWGP version 1. And Belfandin did make this IWGP title you see right here. And he helped AEW get their replicas produced. So I don't know. Go through Good Smile Shop. Get Belfandin on there with you. And work on this. Getting this a official replica to all of us. The price will probably be $2,000, $1.6 grand. I do know. I have experience ordering those belts. Sneak peek for later this year for you guys. But IWGP version 5, you gotta have a replica of it, and we still need a version 2 and a version 3 replica made as well. So let me know what you guys think of my list. What other belts do you think we need in this year? Which belts do you think we shouldn't have in this year that were on my list? And just give me your overall thoughts. Anyways, I thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.